also more so the state. If you don't have that proof for those tithe and offerings that you're saying that you're getting, do not put that on your return. Don't even bring that up to your tax professional. And then the flip side of that, on the tax professional end, don't take someone's word for it. It's not that you're saying that you don't trust your clients, but it's just all about handling things with integrity. If you don't have the paperwork in front of you that proves that credit and what they're saying, don't put it on there. It's only going to hurt you. It's only going to hurt them. And it's just going to make your client upset. And, that brings on more issues. So just don't put it on there, because just because it raises that refund, that's a temporary money. Because when they have to pay that money back, you're going to be looking at penalties, interest, and it's not worth it. So as I say, with the tithe and offering and charitable contributions, even if you go and give a bag of clothing to Goodwill, they're going to give you a card. They're going to give you the value of it at that time, and they're going to sign off on it. If they don't have that card with that information on there from Goodwill, don't put it on the return. United Way does the same thing. They'll send you a statement. So every reputable charitable donation that you give will give you proof. It's just a matter of you producing that to the tax professional.
And here's the thing. So at the end of the day, if you are giving money, let's say in a religious environment, and you are not getting any type of statement, that's questionable, number one. But what she's saying is, if you don't have a record showing that you've given this, you do not want to try to deduct that on your taxes, because if it ever comes back, you have to prove that, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We have another comment. It says, "Good morning, ladies. Thanks for having this forum. This is a question for Charmaine. It says, I really love your work ethics. Are you accepting clients who are not local to you? I really would be interested in obtaining your services in the near future. Please provide your business contact. Thanks in advance." So you can answer the question. I'll type your information right here as you go, Charmaine.
Great. Well, it's an honor to even be considered. I take every client that comes to me. If it's in the middle of the year, if it's during tax season, I'm honored to have any client that entrusts me to take care of them and their tax professional needs. Yes, I'm open to new clients. I'm open year round. As she said, she'll put my contact information in the comments. But I do let any client that I take aboard, I let them know that I'm firm. However, I'm always here. If you need me, if it's July, if it's October, if it's February, if you need me, pretty much every one of my clients has my personal cell phone number. And I'm just that loyal, because I want to make sure that you're not feeling that, oh, she's just here for 4 months out of the year or 3 months out of the year, take my money, and then I'm not going to hear from her. So, yes, I'm taking new clients. I take new clients every day, year round. And here's the thing. I'm not perfect. I don't know every single thing there is to know. That's why I continuously educate myself on a regular basis. But if I don't know, I'm the tax professional that I'll sit you down in my office and we'll get on the phone with the IRS together and we'll get the issue resolved. I've done it several times before, and I don't mind calling the IRS because I don't have a reason to hide from them. I feel like if I contact them as well as the state, if I keep a good line of communication with them, that lets them know that, hey, this is a business that's operating with integrity, and they're not just going to erroneously put something on someone's return. So, yes, I definitely love to assist you.
And I've placed Charmaine's Facebook fan page, and all of her contact information is there. The great thing about it is that everything's out there. You can reach out to her directly. Like she said, she does take clients from other places. I'm not sure, on the extent of the services, but if you go to her page, she does a lot of things. So that's really awesome. Another question before we wrap up is, what's the best way to get in the tax business?
And I wish we had more time because I wanted to touch that topic and W-2 topics. But just a couple of seconds to try to sum this up. if you are getting into the tax industry because you think it's a lot of money to be made, don't do it, because you're only going to set yourself up to have a record, to have a lot of stress, to have a lot of heartache, and you're going to end up in a situation that you won't be able to get out of. If you're passionate about helping people, about changing the attitude towards tax season, if you're willing to help, if you're willing to extend yourself beyond measures regarding helping clients with taxes and with just the tax professional business as a whole, then great. Join a board. I love to talk to you one-on-one and show you how to get into this business. But I say time and time again, do not get into the tax industry because you think that there's a lot of money to be made. You just don't join it for that reason.
And that's a great point, because you have to really think through any business. Those of us that are in these types of professions, we typically carry like malpractice insurance, which is common, but they call it errors and omissions insurance, which isn't cheap. So it depends on what you mean by tax business. If you're talking about being a tax consultant, if you're talking about being a tax preparer, if you're talking about doing like education outreach, helping people understand their taxes, it's a lot of different aspects. And I just wanted to bring that up. And so that's why Charmaine was saying there's a lot about that. And again, you may reach out to her through her Facebook fan page, and she can set up a time to talk really more in depth, specifically about your particular situation, because that's going to be what is probably going to be most valuable to all of you. For those of you that are joining live, thank you so much. We do have quite a few. We probably have about 5 minutes left for those of you that want to ask additional questions. I know Charmaine wanted to touch on one additional topic. For those of you that are watching on the replay, thank you so much for watching. We will be monitoring this. Like, share, comment. We will be monitoring the page all day today for questions. So Charmaine, you wanted to touch on one other thing with regard to W-2. So in the few minutes that we have left, I want you to give you the opportunity to do that.
Thank you so much, Latanya, for giving me that time, because this topic is so near and dear to me, and because I've dealt with it so much and here recently more often than not. Here's the thing with W-2s. When you work a job, your employer will give you a W-2. That W-2 is going to have your wages on there, as well as any federal and state deductions, meaning basically federal taxes and state taxes that have came out. When you get your taxes done, please, please, please make sure that your W-2, the numbers on your W-2 match the paperwork that's been printed out and given to you and that you've signed. Do not sign that paperwork if that W-2 is not correct. Because I've seen so many times where W-2s are input erroneously, they're changed, they're altered. And I know this is not favorable information, but I am tired of our people not being able to file a return without something being done that's not supposed to be done. So if you file your W-2 and your W-2 does not match what's on those 1040 forms, and if you need help looking over your paperwork, I will help you. I don't charge to do that. But look over that paperwork. Make sure that it's correct. Because if those are wrong, if those are not correct, if they purposely alter those numbers to get you a higher refund, I promise you, it's going to hurt you, and it's going to hurt you in a bad way. So make sure, I cannot stress this enough, make sure that your numbers on your W-2 match what has been submitted to the IRS.
Again, that goes back to being vigilant and reviewing the paperwork. Never be afraid. Don't just blindly trust anybody, especially when you're talking about something like this. And this is something with the clients that I deal with, I am very open. I'm very transparent. They will tell you that I include them in everything. I want you to understand, you need to understand this process, because again, sometimes there is an oversight and there's nothing wrong with that. For those of you that are interested in being tax professionals, you really have to understand that this is really a serious business. This is not just, and that's why I wanted Charmaine to come back, because again, just it's so much overlap between what we do. I see all type of issues with people and they don't have the proper classification, they don't have the proper paperwork and all of that. And so then I have to refer them to people like Charmaine to get them on the right track. And so again, I think this is a needed topic. We're probably gonna have her back again because I know that there are several things that we didn't touch on that we really, really need to touch on. But what I wanted to make sure that we accomplish today is that we really help you understand why you should really avoid some of these tax schemes that people will pull you into under really the lure of getting an extra $1,000. I really wanted you guys to understand the impact of what you're doing. Eventually it's going to catch up. Eventually you are going to get caught. So Charmaine, as we close, is there any parting words or anything that you want to share before we go?
I would just say that, first of all, thank you guys so much for joining today. And I know that you hear passion and you hear a lot of emotion in my voice when I speak on this subject. And because I got into this business I'm not a person that just sees color over everything, but at the same time, our people in general, we fall short so much and we succumb so much to tax season is a come up season. Please, let's get out of that concept. Let's operate with integrity. Let's go to a tax professional that you know has your best interest at heart, not just who's going to line your pocket for a temporary fix. Let's educate ourselves. I'm actually going to be hosting some educational courses over the summer just on how to maintain good records. So during the tax season, you'll be equipped with what you need to get your taxes done correctly and get a decent return. Just know that let's just get out of tax season being the come up season. And for anyone that has any other questions or that just want to make an appointment with me for a free consultation, the information is posted there. Again, Ms. Latanya, thank you so much for understanding how passionate this is to me and what the tax industry means as a whole. And other than that, that's it for me.
Well, thank you for doing this, and thank you for being willing to kind of come right back. I'm always honored when people are willing to share their expertise and share information, because one thing about my business that I really pride myself on is that you get an authentic experience. This is not about just wheeling you in, taking your money and seeing how much money that we can get out of you. It really is giving you great information. And so that if you do decide that you want to move on with the services now, you are going fully informed. Whether you utilize me, whether they utilize you, whether they utilize other professionals, we're just encouraging you to do that. Charmaine has mentioned that she's going to be hosting some summer seminars. Go to her, Charmaine Stevens, Tax Professionals web Facebook page, like the page. I'm sure that the information is going to be there. You guys can follow that and find out about that. Again, coming up, there are going to be some brand protection seminars that I'm going to be hosting, and I'm going to have tax professionals. I'm going to have credit professionals. We're going to be having legal people. We're going to have everybody that is going to help you and give you those resources. So again, you can follow our fan page, or you can stay abreast at iprotectyourbrand.com. So I'll make sure that I put all of that information in the comments. For those of you that are watching live, thank you so much. If you think about something later, put your questions in the comments. We will be monitoring that all day. For those of you that are watching on a replay, thank you so much. Put your questions in the comment section or inbox us, and we will respond to those questions all day today. We will be monitoring it all day today. And thank you guys so much for joining us.